Hi, I'm Michael Gross, host of the B&O Railroad Museum Television Network. The first trains on American railroads were pulled by horses. Normal transportation by a horse-pulled wagon or stagecoach averaged a top speed of 5 miles per hour. But one horse pulling 30 tons on rails could average speeds of 9 miles per hour. The B&O's Pioneer was one of the first railroad passenger cars produced in the United States. It carried the B&O directors during the railroad's inaugural run to Ellicott's Mills on May 22, 1830, making the B&O the nation's first common carrier railroad.
We will begin our journey at the Montclair shops and tracks of the B&O in Baltimore, the site of today's B&O Railroad Museum. The first stone, or the cornerstone of the B&O Railroad, was laid about 1.5 miles west of the museum, just past the 18th century Carroll family plantation known as Mount Clair. As we continue to travel along the first commercial right-of-way in America, we cross the Gwynns Falls over the great Carrollton Viaduct, named after the last signer of the Declaration of Independence and founder of the B&O, Charles Carroll of Carrollton. Today, this viaduct is the oldest railroad bridge still in continuous use. At a place named Relay, the railroad tracks split in two. One set goes south to Washington, D.C. over the Thomas Viaduct. At the time it was built, this multi-arched stone span, built on a curve, was the largest masonry bridge in America and named after the first B&O president, Philip Thomas. The other tracks continue on their westward path over the Patapsco River, on the Patterson Viaduct, and finally over the Oliver Viaduct, traversing the National Road as it enters the town of Ellicott's Mills. Thus we end our 13-mile journey to Ellicott City Station and the first 13 miles of commercial railroad built in the Western Hemisphere. When did the Washington branch of the B&O open?
Until we can move a ton of goods using no fuel, we've got the next best thing. CSX trains can move a ton of goods 436 miles on 1 gallon of fuel. CSX, how tomorrow moves.
All aboard! Kids Fest weekend is coming to the B&O Railroad Museum, Saturday, September 18th and Sunday, September 19th. Discover the adventure and magic of American railroading. Special activities, train rides, and children's entertainment all throughout the weekend. Live performances by the kids' band Milkshake. A trainload of fun for the whole family.
The Washington branch opened on August 25th, 1835. In 1830, Peter Cooper, a New York inventor, came to Baltimore and built the first American steam locomotive in an attempt to convince the owners of the newly formed B&O Railroad to use steam engines. Later nicknamed Tom Thumb, this little locomotive made its inaugural run between Mount Clair in Baltimore and Ellicott's Mills on August 24, 1830. 4 days later, on another test run, a race ensued between Cooper's little steam locomotive and the driver of a horse-drawn railroad car. According to the story, first told some 30 years after the event, the horse won because the locomotive's belt slipped off the blower pulley. Much like the story of the tortoise and the hare, steam technology would reign over horsepower. Built in 1927, a replica of the Tom Thumb is on exhibit in the Roundhouse at the B&O Railroad Museum in Baltimore.
This is Michael Gross. Thanks for watching the B&O Railroad Museum Television Network.